Okay, Jonathan, let's take a look at your swing from your lesson from the other day. On the left here is the first swing of the day before we worked on anything, and on the right is the swing after we worked on a couple of pieces here. Um, a little disappointing that we kind of fell back into our old routine here of kind of letting our left arm bend. This was the biggest thing that I saw during your lesson. Your lower body action is still working very well. You're doing a nice job of letting the right knee straighten, left knee flex. We still need more spinal extension in the backswing, and what I mean by that is we need to have the feeling of the left shoulder from address working down so that at the top of our backswing, our spine extends in this direction. So at the top, you would see a very vertical spine. Still have a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot of overswing here. See how far the club comes back, and this is a 7-iron, I believe. Well, all of that is due to, this left arm radius just bending here. We've got to get this left arm in, in a more straighter condition. At least something like this here. That would put your club shaft in about probably this area right here. The reason this is so important and the reason I'm harping on it is because if you remember correctly, I told you that you can skew your low point in one of three ways. Number one, you can shift your body mass away from the target in the backswing in this direction. Number two, you can bend this left arm radius. Or number three, you can throw away your wrist angles. Okay, so we've really made some strides with your weight shift. You're not moving off the ball an incredible amount here. You're much more stable. You have a much more stable spine in the backswing. So that's one of the reasons why you're hitting the ball so much more solid. But this continuous bending of the left arm is really putting you in a position that's going to be difficult to strike the ground with precision. And typically when I see players with this left arm bend, what will follow is sort of a flipping or a throwaway of the wrist angles, down around impact. So as you move down, you transition your weight nicely into your left side, pushing your hips forward. Your hips are plenty far enough forward here. And as you come into impact, you have preserved some of your wrist angles, not quite as much as I'd like to see, but definitely have a little bit of right arm flying wedge there. But here's the problem. We are not, through the hit, we are not jumping, tucking, and extending our spine. You can see here your arms are just really, really soft, and they just kind of collapse on your body. You can tell by how vertical the shaft is hanging down here. Your arms are just completely soft, and they just sort of wrapped around your body, okay? Well, what we want is that we want these arms firm. We want the handle forward. We want the back of your left wrist flat, and we want your arms to be extended away from your body, and we want you to raise your belt buckle toward the target. Extend your spine in this fashion. So you can see over here on the right, we made a little bit of progress here. Turning away, the left shoulder working down. You can see it's going down much more. Spine more vertical at the top. Left arm a little bit straighter, and because of that, you can see that the shaft doesn't go as far past parallel as over here on the left. So I would consider that a little bit of progress there. So what I want you to do is just continue to work on this. You can rep this in your living room. You've got to maintain that straight left arm radius under all circumstances here. That's going to get us in a much better position to hit the golf ball. Once again, as you start down, lower body pushing forward is really solid. You got a lot more flying wedge here or forward shaft lean as well at impact, because of the fact that we've sequenced our body correctly. We've kept our our left arm extended. Hips are pushing forward very, very nicely. You can also see you have more extension through the golf ball than over here on the left. Your arms are in a much straighter condition. Whereas over, on the left over here, you can already see the right hand starting to flip, the left wrist breaking down, and you're going to see your left elbow bend and break and slide back along your rib cage here, sort of behind you. In this fashion right here. That motion right there. That's an indicator that we are not extending our spine. We're not keeping our arms straight. Much better job over here on the right. Much more extension. Much straighter right arm here through the golf ball. Because we kept our arms straighter, you can see our finish position. The club's not hanging down vertically like it is over on the left. So overall, nice job, nice improvement. We still have some things to work on. I'm going to put a video up now that's going to show what I want you to do. All right, John, here's a video on the right of a player who demonstrates this pattern beautifully. Everything that I'm teaching you is pretty much exhibited here, but notice how when the club's moving away, left shoulder is working down, right knee straightening, left knee flexing, arms in, beautiful straight left arm radius. At the change of directions, the hips start to push forward. He loads into his left quadricep. Starts the jumping procedure where he's jumping off the ground. Shaft is forward at impact. Arms are dead straight. Continues to jump off the ground, extend his arms, and tuck his tailbone underneath him and get into spinal extension again. So you'll notice how the curvature here in his upper back, that tells you he has fully pushed his hips forward in this direction while his head has not moved. His head has stayed on a pole, and that's why he has that nice curvature in his lower back there. On to the finish. Notice how his hands finish. The club is above his head. Those are all indicators that he has maintained the integrity of his radius by extending his arms and extending his spine. Once again, hope this helps you. Give me a call if you have any questions.